It was quite a fast ride, and we got out of our chairs before arriving at the courtyard of her own palace. We walked ahead of her chair and formed into another line for her to alight. She walked to her bedroom, and we all followed. A eunuch brought her a cup of hot water, and another brought a bowl of sugar. She took her golden spoon and took 2 teaspoonfuls of sugar and put it into her cup of hot water and drank it very slowly. She said, "You know, before one goes to sleep or ever lies down, sugar water will quiet one's nerves. I always take it and find it very good indeed." She took the flowers off from her headdress, and I fixed them back in their boxes at once and placed them in the jewel room. When I came out of this jewel room, she was in bed already and said to us, "You all go and rest a while. I don't need you now."
What you just heard was part 2 of chapter 7 of the book, 2 Years in a Forbidden City, written by Francis Sterling and narrated by Millennium. Join us next time on A Light on Literature for chapter 8, titled The Court Ladies. Want to learn about world affairs in a more laid-back and accessible manner? Join insiders, experts, and analysts in the casual setting of the chat lounge to hear their personal experiences and opinions on major events and hot issues. Subscribe to Chat Lounge for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Wondered what's actually going on in Africa through the perspective of an African? How are things really going between China and Africa? What's the narrative of this relationship? Well, get a perspective with China-Africa Talk. Hear from African diplomats, entrepreneurs, academics, Chinese natives, and more. Get an hour wavelength every week to find out what's real with China-Africa Talk. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. See you there.
From north to south, east to west, people in China are chasing their dreams and leaving their mark. Want to know how they beat the odds and made a difference? Footprints brings you the true life stories of their journeys. Experience the musical classics of the East. Mingle with the masters of Chinese music. Music talks. Witness the sound of antiquity and modernity. Cutting through an overload of information to get to the heart of the story. This is The Point.
On May the 12th, the Bureau of Industry and Security under the U.S. Commerce Department issued guidance, just friendly guidance, stating that using Huawei's most advanced AI chips, quote-unquote, anywhere in the world, may be in violation of U.S. export controls. China immediately condemned the move of Huawei to take resolute measures to protect the legitimate rights and interests of Chinese companies. Days later, the U.S. removed the line about anywhere in the world, but still warns, quote-unquote, all persons and companies in the U.S. and abroad against using PRC-produced advanced chips. What does this move mean for businesses and the AI sector around the world? Will it succeed in containing China's development, or has that train already left the station? And how can companies respond to Washington's latest threats and intimidation? Welcome to this edition of The Point with me, Lu Xin, an opinion show coming to you from Beijing. Joining Joining from Pittsburgh, the U.S., is Anthony Moretti, Associate Professor at the Robert Morris University. From the Chinese capital, Zhang Fan, Associate Professor at Beijing Normal University. From New York, Santosh Rao, Head of Research and Partner at Manhattan Venture Partners. And from Bangkok, Thailand, Jeffrey Towson, Partner at Tech Mode Consulting. Gentlemen, welcome to The Point. Professor Zhang, tell us about your understanding of the current tension with Huawei. And what about the Ascend chips? Exactly what are these chips? What are they capable of doing that the U.S. is so afraid of?
Right. So the Satellit chips are the most advanced Huawei chips for AI purposes. They're called graphics chips, but they're not really for graphics reasons anymore. You don't have sockets for that. And they're basically replacement for the NVIDIA chips that's been banned under Biden administration for Chinese AI models to use. And the reason why they're targeting these chips, and especially Huawei, is because Huawei has been really fast in coming up with this replacement. And it's 80% of the Chinese domestic sort of AI chip market is being cornered by this particular chip. And the particular reason why this come up recently is because NVIDIA's CEO actually mentioned openly that Huawei is coming up as a serious competitor that will really potentially undermine NVIDIA's dominant position in the market, which is why I think the U.S. feels the need to do something to